March 21st, 2011. How Kanawha, the Siberian lynx, got her name. Through making some stupid choices as a kid, I ran away from home at the age of 15. I isolated myself from family and friends, was living on the street, eating out of dumpsters, and sleeping under cars. I worked as a waitress and often held 3 jobs at a time. I worked in breakfast rooms mornings, served lunch and dinner at a Greek restaurant, and then worked till 2 a.m. serving drinks in bars until they figured out that I was underage, and I'd have to move to the next bar. Eventually, I was able to earn enough to rent an unheated garage. It had a toilet, sink, and bathtub, but the water to run them was all via a garden hose I ran through the broken window. There was no AC, no fan, and only the heat of one small space heater that I bought. One night, thinking I would freeze to death, I fell asleep too close and caught my hair on fire. The clothes I left home with hung on my skeletal frame now, as I had been reduced to just skin and bones. I used an old rope for a belt, and even my shoes were too big now and caused blisters on my feet, as I had to walk to and from all of my places to work in Charleston, West Virginia. I lived with a 6'4", 250-pound mutant named Jim Jones, who was a drug addict who routinely beat me within an inch of my life. No matter how hard I worked, it was never enough to support his habits. Sometimes I would be out of work for weeks because I couldn't be serving food with blackened and swollen eyes and bloodied lips. It was then that I was at my lowest and often felt that I just couldn't keep going. One night, as I was walking home to my garage, I deterred along the Kanawha River Bridge. I climbed as high as I could go, and borrowing a line from Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, figured the fall alone would kill me. I slipped off my shoes and did a swan dive into the icy waters of the Kanawha River. Much to my surprise, the fall didn't kill me. But as I surfaced, I wondered if hypothermia might. Feeling really stupid, I thought to myself that I couldn't even commit suicide right. Then I heard the voice of a man screaming from the bridge, "Don't worry, I'll save you." To my horror, a homeless man who had apparently watched me jump had now leapt off the bridge to rescue me. Being in considerably worse condition than me, and drunk to boot, his rescue effort resulted in me dragging him back into shore. But I was touched, nonetheless. His selflessness in the face of what he had to give showed me that no matter how bad things are, you can help someone else. You can make a difference if you just never give up. Fast forward to 1994, and a terribly skinny Siberian lynx arrives. She was so far gone, and yet tenaciously held on to life and her indomitable spirit. She reminded me that no matter how difficult life becomes, we never know what is just right around the corner. If we have faith, stay positive, and never, ever, ever give up, we will succeed. I named her Kanawha so that every time I thought her name, I would be reminded to never give up. Now, I volunteer with the Homeless Coalition and speak at their events to encourage others who are homeless to keep trying and to let their donors know that the people they help could one day be paying it forward. Kanawha is 22 now, and as most of you know, has lost her soulmate, Kathmandu, who was 19. Kanawha suffers from seizures, and when she hears the lawnmower, so we have moved her back to the wooded area of the sanctuary beyond Cameron and Zabu, so that her final days are as stress-free as possible. As always, I want to thank all of you who give so deeply of yourself to these animals. It is the inspiration that enables me to deal with the dark side of the enemies we face, who seek to abuse and exploit big cats. If you're enjoying these, please hit like and share. I would really, really appreciate that. Thank you.